Good afternoon, Mr. Daniels. How are you today?
Doing pretty good, thanks.
All right. Let's just get started. I just wanted to go over some of your paperwork that we have here and make sure that all the information that we have is correct,
Okay.
and to see if there's any other changes or any updates we need to make to this, as well as we do have a few questions for you. I understand that you are here today because you are seeking help in treatment for your issue with alcohol that you've recently had.
Yeah.
Is there any additional information that you'd like to add to that or
No, I
elaborate
mean
on?
things were going pretty good after the last rehab visit, and then I've just really relapsed pretty hard this past couple weeks. So
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We definitely want to do everything we can to help you and get all the information that we can to see what services will be best suited for you, and hopefully we'll be able to find the right fit
okay.
for you. Because I understand that it hasn't been super successful recently, but maybe we can help you with that. Okay, so just get some background information. Let's see. I do see that you are currently unemployed and you do reside with your brother Zane. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's see. I do also have here that you had gone to Sunnyside Rehabilitation and you've been there a couple of different times. Let's see. Once for 30 days, once for 90, and then once for 60. Um, were there any of those times that you felt were successful, or how long were you able to stay rehabilitated before you relapsed anyway?
Well, the first one I went to was back in 2009. That was like the 60 days I was there. It's about like 2 months or so. Did pretty good. I actually got out. Got my GED. I felt like that was pretty good. That was a rough time. So I think that really helped, and I didn't have any problems until my dad died in 2012.
Sorry for that. Well, it's good that you were able to obtain your GED in that time, but it is hard when you lose a family member like that. And I do see that you've had kind of some history with your dad, so I know that can be a little rough to deal with. Let's see. I do see that you've also been to some group therapy and that's currently ongoing as well. Do you find that that's helpful at all?
It's okay. With AA, it's a lot of people, they come and go. So my group, it's kind of, there's about 2 people that's really stuck with it as long as I have. Everybody else has kind of relapsed. So, it's a cool thing that I have those people that are there, and the leader's real good. But seeing people kind of coming and going all the time just kind of doesn't give me a lot of hope that a lot of people stick with it.
I definitely understand, and that is something that unfortunately you do tend to run into. It is a hard thing to shake, but with the right support system and being able to be around some peers that have been successful, and you're able to kind of see that and see what's worked for them. Well, that might be something that would be useful to you as well. So let's see, we may look into some peer counseling or things like that.
Well, I've been seeing Dr. Waits. I've been seeing him over at I can't remember the place right now, but he's been helping a little bit with the counseling and doing a few things just without having a job. Pretty much just sitting around the house right now. I haven't been sleeping too well, and just not really doing anything. It's just kind of not helping the situation a lot.
Yeah, I definitely understand. I do see that you've had some odd and end jobs here and there. Is the issue with alcohol seem to be the main problem that you're having, being able to keep up with those, or?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to go to a job right now because I lost my license, pretty early on, so I haven't had that for a long time. So kind of relying on my brother. So that's one thing. I'm not able to really make it to my jobs when I have them, and that just makes me want to just drink some more out of frustration.
I completely understand. I do see that you unfortunately did have a DUI charge in 2008 and then another in 2013. But you did attend a defensive driving course to try to help, with that. So that's good that you were able to take that class, but I know that it can be definitely restricting not having your license. Have you tried any public transit or things like that to try to get to these places, or is it just not something?
I've tried, but, getting up and lack of sleep just makes it really hard to kind of get a schedule going, so I always end up missing the bus, or it's end up having to walk, 2 miles to get to the nearest bus stop. So it's not really something I don't really have the motivation.
I understand. It is hard to continue through the day when you have had lack of sleep. Have you tried any medications to help you sleep at night, or?
No, I mean, Dr. Waits told me, a few meditation techniques, deep breathing, that helped a little bit. Then, with my brother and all, and then his wife, they're always screaming, so it makes me just want to drink.
I understand. Is there maybe friends or other family members that you could try residing with to see if that might help a little bit more, or?
Not really. There's not any family that's close by. It's pretty much just my brother's all I got.
Okay.
I don't really have too many friends around. After high school, we kind of split. Best friend, died in a car wreck.
Oh my goodness.
So,
And
other
then,
than that, haven't really been out to meet new people.
I understand. And so the main social interaction that you currently have is just with your brother, and then the group therapy. Those are the main interactions
That's
that you
pretty
have
much it.
socially. Let's see.
So I figured coming here, I can, I don't know, get a game plan together or something. Our life's just kind of in the drudges. So hoping y'all can have something to help me along the right path.
Well, we are certainly the place to try to do that for you. Like I said, we want to try to find out what services are going to be best for you. So hopefully we can get you in the right program and get you off to a better start. If you don't mind, I just have a few quick questions that I need to ask you here, just to kind of complete your file a little bit, so we can do an evaluation here. Do you currently use any tobacco products?
Yeah.
Okay, and what would those be?
I just smoke.
Just smoke?
Smoke about a pack a day.
About a pack a day. Okay. About how long would you say that you participate in that?
20, 30 minutes at a time, every couple hours, every hour
Okay.
or so. Yeah.
All right, and how much alcohol would you say that you use?
I don't know, like a case a day.
Okay, in this
Every other day.
every other day? Okay. All right, are you currently using any illicit prescription or over-the-counter drugs?
No.
Okay.
I haven't really had any interest in that.
Have you experienced any type of withdrawal from the alcohol, or you haven't really been able to quit for any length of time?
Yeah, no, I'm not having anything right now. I've just been drinking. Pretty much last time I drank was like 2 days ago, so I'm kind of off the wagon pretty hard right now. So no.
Okay. Have you experienced any blackouts?
Yeah, I've had blackouts. Last week I had one. Ended up, waking up in the living room. I don't remember what happened. But
Oh, I know that can definitely be tough. Do you have any type of hallucinations?
No.
Vomiting?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Severe depression?
Not really. I mean, a little lonely, but nothing that's out of the ordinary or serious. So.
Have you experienced any DTs or shaking, anything like that?
No, not so far. No.
Seizures?
Nothing of that nature.
Okay. Anything else that you've experienced out of the ordinary?
Not really.
Okay. And do you think that you seem to use more when you're under stress?
Definitely.
Do you find yourself continuing to use after everyone else has stopped, if you drink, socially?
Yeah. Parties. Everybody's already gone to sleep. It's still like 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm still going.
Oh, wow. Okay. Have you ever found yourself lying about consumption or the amount that you use?
Yeah. Sometimes my brother will give me a hard time about it, and I want to try and prove him wrong, prove them doing something when really, just still going, doing the same old thing,
Have you tried to avoid others while using? I guess you kind of
Yeah.
answered that
sometimes,
previously.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself having been drunk for several days at a time?
Yeah. Whenever it's there.
Do you tend to neglect obligations when you are using?
Yeah, the few that I have, yeah.
Do you find yourself using more than you intend to use?
Yeah, sometimes.
Alright, and have you found that you need to increase the amount that you're taking in to become intoxicated?
Not really. Just kind of the same old thing.
Okay. And you are currently involved in AA?
Yes.
Let's see. Alright, and I do see that there is some history of abuse in your background here.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
Would you like to elaborate on that a little more, or just some more details involving that, or who contributed to the abuse?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, back, we touched on it earlier, you know, with my dad. And then just sometimes when I drink, you know, me and my brother will just fight about it. You know, he'll give me a hard time about, you know, about what I'm doing, him having to, you know, support me, and then I just get, you know, pretty upset with him, so we just end up, the cops been called a few times, you know, no one's really going to jail or anything, but,
Alright, I do see that there are no current charges on your record other than the DUIs that you did
right,
obtain.
yeah.
Alright, and you did sign the release papers saying that we could release the information, you know, just as deemed medically necessary to other institutions as far as ones that we've referred you to.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct, okay. So, we are going to go ahead and set you up with an appointment, with a Dr. Stevens at North Shore Community Services. He will be able to kind of evaluate you a little further and be able to offer, you know, additional counseling. I know that you are currently seeing a counselor on your own, but this particular counselor kind of specializes a little bit more in the type of issue that you're having. So hopefully you'll find that that's effective, and he'll be able to give you a little bit more information and, you know, a little bit more of an intensive therapy for this particular issue, and see if we can get you taken care of. We will send you a letter in the mail to remind you when the appointment is. Right now, we do have it set for April 12th at 1:30.
Okay,
All right.
that sounds good.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.